Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott Wave update for FLR. I apologize for my voice, feeling under the weather today. So just trying to get through this for you guys as I see a very good opportunity coming up, which might take everybody by surprise. So first of all, out on the daily, just showing you my counts. I'll start with the least bullish and go to my primary. But first of all, have this... If we started over here, have this most likely as a diagonal to the upside, where we make a series of 3-wave patterns, eventually a 5-wave move, which creates a larger wave 1. We'd expect a correction and movement to the upside after for a wave 3. Now, I'm just going to focus on the bullish scenarios today. That's what the trading purposes is. But basically, where we started this entire move was as a corrective pattern in my bullish scenario, as a flat 3-3-5, in which case we start our trend from 1.2 cents, looking for a 5-wave move to the upside for a wave 1. Eventually get our wave 2, 3, etc. Not going to project too far in the future. We need to make sure we get this move to the upside first. So if I go to the smaller time frames, just be clear, we're starting our trend from 1.2 cents. If you have been watching, I was screaming to the sky that the low was in over here. Have this mapped out as a 1, 2, 3 triangle, 4, 5 to the upside. I'll get into the smaller time frames here, but I believe we have a low in for our wave 2, looking for our wave 3 to the upside. Current targets for that, if we hold log scale extension targets, which tends to happen if we actually get alt season, is up at 14 cents. Very nice potential upside. That's about a 380% move from here. That would take FLR's market cap to about 8 billion, in which case eventually later in the year we'd get a 3, 4, 5, looking for about 22 cents. Seems very reasonable if we get an alt season and other market caps go up as well. So that's my target right now, 14.5 cents. And if we get a not as strong alt season as we expect, the target for our third wave is around 6 cents. So it's quite a range, as you can see. I also put on our, time extension tool, beginning of wave 1 off of wave 2. This is just a guideline, but if the low is in, we usually get a Fibonacci ratio as well. I threw on the 1.618, lined up with the 1.618 extension. Just a guideline. That's February 28th. So we'll see if we get that 400% move by February 28th, if the low is in. So I'm going to go to the smaller time frames here. And in this scenario, how we'd play these smaller moves here is we'd be looking for a 5-wave move around 4.5 cents to 5 cents, right about near price discovery as a wave 1 and 2. Eventually our third up and above price discovery, and we get our 5th. And our wave 4 of a larger degree should come back and find support. This is an ideal Elliott wave count. Should find support up at that price discovery level before we go again. So let's go to the smaller time frames. There we go. We were tracking this one for quite a long time. If you've been following along, we came within of our target. It was like 0.5%. Our target was that 1-to-1 C equaling A, right around 2.1 to 2.98. So pretty damn close, right? So have this as a combination WX, A, B, C in 5 waves complete. So right now, as far as my viewpoint is concerned, the low is in. This can obviously always change pattern. We can get, since this is a 3-wave move, if we stall out near the 90%, we can turn into a flat, which is a 3-3-5. But right now it is playing very nicely as an impulse. That's how I'm trading it. So I'm going to focus in on this area and show you just the potential of why of why this potentially could be taken off. So right now, have this as nesting 1-2s. I got in yesterday around this area. See this as, it was a very difficult count, but wave 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 as a 1 and a very short 2 between the 236 and the 382. Have this working as a 1, 2, 3, triangle 4, 5, right between the 618 and the 121 extension of our first wave 1 and 2 for a 1 and 2 of one lesser degree. So I'm looking for this just to keep continuing to the upside as nested 1-2s. Obviously, this count can change if we invalidate any levels. Right now, that invalidation level, if this is our 1 and a 2, is the second beginning of wave 1, which is at 2.54. So if you decide to base your trade based on this information, your decision, that's where your hard stop should be based on this count. So right now, expecting a 5-wave move to complete up to around 3.762 and 3.94. That's just idealized. We have to keep pulling these fibs as we go, right? And that would create our wave 1 and 2 within the third wave. So after we'd expect a third of a third, which is the biggest wave. So just something to think about. I see it as complete. We had our WXY, we're breaking this trend line. So just need to see that next big move, and it looks like it's pumping right now. So yeah, anyways, consider all the information, and I'll let you decide. One thing you can do is throw on the 1 hour here. You can throw on a pitchfork. And early indications that this wave 1 is complete is if we drop outside of that. So just take the beginning of this wave 1 off of the top of this wave 1 and the wave 2, put on your pitchfork, and as long as we are above or within it, we are likely still continuing to the upside. Now, if you're interested in regular updates on this, you can join the private Discord. Link is in the description. I cover this as well as many other assets multiple times a week. Also in there, you'll see that Blowfin exclusive. If you're interested in that within the membership, you get the 10% cashback bonus for futures. Check that out in the details, as well as a 20% cashback on all your trading fees. So when you take a trade, it's deposited into your account within a few hours, that 20% rebate. And that's good for life, whether you quit the membership or not, if it's not for you. Also, within the YouTube link, you get the futures discount, futures bonus, as well as 5% rebate for life. So both ways, it's a good little discount. So if you're interested in the Discord, check out the link in the description. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.